Frenkie de Jong.
Any of the injured players like to be available again this weekend for those who are?
You want Frenkie? No, it's about the right players, and there are many, but I cannot give comments on the player who's under contract in another club when we are.
Good morning, Reds. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. It is the, what are we today? 20th. We are actually 5 or 4 days out of Christmas, and boy, Premier League is coming back. As a matter of fact, we're playing Burnley tomorrow in the Carabao Cup, so we have a lot of things to cover today. Actually, for you that haven't watched my channel before, they're new to the content, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification button as we are on a road to grow our channel to 15,000 people. I'd like to thank everyone because we've grown about 200 more subscribers. We were 10Ks. But of course, we're building a community where everyone can be read and have a say, just the way it used to be. Now, what are we going to talk about today? Let's see. Okay, we have that Glazer to sell, which has been covered already. You can find my findings in the link description below. Basically, I did the Glazer art report. There's something that I've been working on for the past 6 months, and for me, it's green and cold. We are sold. The club is already acting like we are sold, and my hunch is 70% that it's going to be a Dubai consortium. That's one topic, but the mainstream journalists are now picking up. Snippets are leaking out. The thing is, what you don't hear anything because it's called NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Basically, you will only hear it like a transfer window. The club will have a presser, announce it, and that's about it. I think it will happen fast track in January, come after Christmas. But the things are brewing up quickly right now, people. More and more reports are coming out, and it's just beautiful because it's been 17-18 years where we had enough. Now, in terms of who the new owners will be, I have already had my say in my video. I will not go in on 100%, but 70% in my heart, my findings lead to it be a Dubai consortium. I believe that the club has already been sold. The Rainy Group has done all the bids and valuation, and we are now in the contract phase of doing all the due diligence. Rainy Group is, I believe also that, the Glazers has been out in Doha promoting it, meeting the new owners. But I think that things are fast tracking because they want to sell as quickly as possible. So the earliest that I can see that it will be announced some form of club statement in January after New Year's. Might be earlier, but all T's needs to be checked and dots, in terms of that. I don't want to speak more into that. If you haven't watched that video, please look at the video description below and have your say. This is my humble opinion. What else do we have in my mind? At the end of the day, I just wanted to say, at the end of the day, for me, it doesn't really matter who the new owners are, as long as it's a rich owner, because the mediocre billionaire doesn't cut it anymore. The way it used to be in 2090, 80, if you're worth about 10 billions. Because I'm just going back what Jim Ratcliffe, the biggest correlation in successful sporting is money. City has it, PSG has it, and we are not playing in that league. We need to transform ourselves into that level. There's different levels of richness as well. And therefore, I believe that the only bidders that can do that is, I wouldn't say oil money, because it's not oil money, because Dubai don't have oil. It is the IDC consortium or formation of a new company, what I've been told. But there's a big but. For me, it does not really matter who the new owners are, as long as they adhere to our manifesto and commitment to firstly clear the debt that's been piled up on the club, billions of debt. Number two is to actually have a clear vision, to create a roadmap of 5-year vision plan, which is a sporting project to back Erik ten Hag, to recruit the best-in-class football operation people above Erik ten Hag, like this model of City and PSG, for example. Number three, for me, it's the most important thing is communication. because for 17 years Glazers were lurking in the background while they're sucking money out of the club, leaving a toxic environment with us fans fighting against each other, creating that big divide. The club needs to appoint some form of PR spokesperson to come out and talk what's going on within the club. What is the vision? What is the strategy? What is the transfer strategy? You know, basically kind of a similar situation. What if you look at La Liga, what Real Madrid has, what PSG has, no, not PSG, but Barcelona has. They're communicating to the fans. The fans actually have a say. Number 4 for me is, of course, the inclusion of the women's team, like, you know, because it's got to be inclusion. Women's team is as much as important as the first team at, you know, the men's team. So I expect them to pump in a lot of money to promote the women's team as well. Last but not least, it's the money to invest in the infrastructure. As Sir Jim Ratcliffe was saying, you know, the latest and greatest stadiums like Tottenham, like, you know, what the City has done, you know, it's definitely needed to pump in money into the modern facility, you know, because when you look at it, when Glazers took off of the club 17 years ago, Carrington was the state-of-the-art training ground. You know, Old Trafford, the Theatre of Dreams, was modern, but they haven't done fuck all since then. I'm sorry for saying that, but it's just led to rot, you know. We have leaking roof in the stadium, we have fucking old, you know, equipment in the gym. Nothing has been done, so there's a lot of money to be invested in that infrastructure. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you match-going fans to come there, you expect to come for, you know, the experience, right? Modern, Wi-Fi, everything is there, top-notch. At the end of the day, you're paying money for season tickets, you're paying money to fly over to Manchester to have an experience to watch. So of course you want to be comfortable. While sitting there for 90-95 minutes watching the game, you want to be entertained and be comfortable. That's about it. So let's park that bus on that one and just chill, enjoy, watch the Premier League, because Premier League is coming back, and also FA Cup. So what are we going to talk about next? Transfers. Of course, we have transfers on the list. Righty then, so January is looming, the transfer window is brewing, Christmas is around the corner, the World Cup is over, and no, let's just follow up on the podcast that I did with David Labelle when we identify Manchester United's key targets. And let me say that the key priority in this window, January window, is the striker position. We have Cody Gakpo linked, we definitely have Seshko linked, and we have João Felix. Now, those last 3, it's a little bit of a question mark, as Cody Gakpo is kind of picking up. Why is it so? In that episode, we said it was about 90% chance. For me, that has now gone up to 95%, because I had a conversation yesterday to understand that there was a pre-agreement with the agent and Manchester United done back in August. The only thing that stopped it was actually Ronaldo. Of course, Gakpo has done a fantastic World Cup, so it's just natural that his price has inflated. So what I've heard from my conversation yesterday, that the clubs are now talking amongst each other regarding the fee, and it's led to believe to land around 50-55 million euros. The reason why you're not going to go any further is because, you know, who is the CEO, the club, the president of PSV? That is Ruud van Nistelrooy, and Ruud van Nistelrooy and John Murtaugh had a conversation back in August as well. So now they're renegotiating the price a bit, and 50-55 million is quite big money for PSV, and that will actually be the record-breaking sell for that club. You know, being an Eredivisie club, there's a lot of money for them that they can reuse and reinvest in other players. So for me, I do expect a sort of a done deal coming out soon. It's not going to be for me. It might be a Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein. Doesn't really matter as long as Erik ten Hag gets his target in. Now the second striker option, which is not really a striker, is João Felix. There's been a lot of rumors and speculations. We know that Erik ten Hag was kind of having an interest in João Felix over the summer. Same thing happened. Ronaldo stayed, and João Felix never kind of transpired. Now, we all know that he kind of fell out with Atletico Madrid. It doesn't really fit with the playing style of Simeone. I personally think that Simeone is a pragmatic bastard, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below for sure. But I don't see this one happening. It's a lot of money. Might be a summer target, but not for January. I see him more going to Arsenal or PSG. The latest that I heard is more strongly linked to PSG than Manchester United. So I give that a 40% on my hotter meter, to be honest. I have not heard any more information regarding that one, so therefore I put it on 40%. Now, third striker option for me is, I believe that strongly is going to happen in the summer or in January, is Benjamin Sesko. The reason why I'm saying that, because pre-World Cup, Sesko's agent, in terms of Elvis Bosanovic, and also Oliver Minslav, which is the CEO of the Red Bull Sporting Group, had conversations with Manchester United, before the World Cup, and also with Chelsea in terms of discussing the potential transfer for Benjamin Sesko. Now, Benjamin Sesko hasn't really signed a contract to play for RB Leipzig. He's currently belonged to the sister club, which is RB Salzburg, but he has actually signed a pre-agreement that kind of triggers in this summer 2023. So watch out for that one. I heard a little bit of noise from a conversation that I had yesterday with my agency network. So that's kind of correlating with Gakpo not really being the number 9 target, and Erik ten Hag likes the big presence up top like Benjamin Sesko. He's 190 centimeters tall. He's a young kid. He's got a lot of potential, and I think he could be the next kind of upcoming striker for United in this rebuild. Now, another bonus link that Manchester United is heavily linked for, as what we discussed in the Football Agent Talk Show with David Lavelle about 10 days ago, was none other than less than Rafael Leao, who had a fantastic World Cup. Now, I got a conversation yesterday, or message on WhatsApp, that Luca Basciarini, who is a football intermediate agent from Italy, was having conversations with none other than our sporting director, John Murtaugh. They had apparently a meeting for 4 hours. What that was said, I don't really know, but I could sort of put 2 and 2 together that it might be for Rafael Leao. Let's see what happens. Will it be a January move? Will it be a summer move? What the conversation transpired it. But anyway, this is just a sort of a loose speculation, and I'm just reporting it out there for you. Oh my God, Frenkie de Jong is back again. Oh my God, I'm back again. Like the Backstreet Boys, whoever was singing this song. But in theory, gentlemen and ladies, I was the one that reported this, that the deal was there to be made in the summer. Everything was done between the club and the agents was trying to sort out the deferred wages, the legal contract that they try to sort of solve. The Bartomeu story, that they signed a legal contract, and then Laporta came out saying, we're not going to honor this contract, either you scrap this and we sign a new contract, and we're not going to pay you the deferred wages. So the whole thing was just a mess, and it fell down to, according to my conversations with HEM Sports Management and Patrick Poldevard, there was the legal consultant, or the head of legal, they advised Frenkie not to go. Because why would you walk away from 20 million? And reports is coming out now clearly stating that what I was saying, I was right. Samuel Lockhurst, The Athletic, everyone is coming out tweeting it now, right? The only one that's kind of backpedaling, not supporting it, is actually the GOAT, Fabrizio Romano. Why is he saying so? It's not true what they are saying, because he's protecting his story, what he actually told, that Frankie's happy with the current situation in Barcelona, his wife is happy, or girlfriend's happy, they like living there. That's not true. Actually, Frankie gave reassurances to Erik ten Hag, John Murtaugh, and Richard Arnold back between the 12th and the 14th of July, when they actually met, that he wanted to join Erik ten Hag's team and the prospect, but he only needed to sort out his deferred wages. And this is why you saw the likes of Tom Keane getting appointment as a consultant for United, because Tom Keane is a legal expert, and also you get the intermediates of Patrick Poldevard also coming in to try this all. So the whole thing came down to a breakdown. But lo and behold, it's back again. it's back again. We actually, I never thought it would go away because Erik ten Hag never deviates from his targets. We know that he likes Frenkie de Jong as his preferred target. And as a matter of fact, we all know the financial situation that Barcelona is currently in. You know, they basically deferred all the wages for all the players. They own a lot of money. They pulled a lot of levers. They went all in to bank on the Champions League, which they fell out, which is massive loss of revenue. So they see Frenkie as sort of a surplus of requirements, something that they can cash out. We also saw after this transfer window that, you know, Xavi played him in the wrong position. He benched him. He played him as a centre back. It's just a mess. But I do think that this will transpire, and I think that the clubs are now kind of will be talking. And why I think so? Well, have a look at this podcast with David Lavelle.
Another one that keeps bites the dust is Frenkie de Jong. Reports coming out again yesterday that Barcelona have approached Frenkie de Jong's entourage, which is HCM Sports Management, in effort to lower down the Dutchman's wage and free up funds for upcoming transfers and move. This is according to the Daily Mail, and I'm also in touch with HCM Sports Management. This is a saga that keeps coming up, like, you know, with legal contracts and, you know, player wages, deferred wages, and now financial situation with Barcelona. Of course, they're going to try the best to sort of survive.
Well, I put it this way, Mick, is they had the opportunity to get him in the summer. Barcelona, let's call it how it is, screwed the player on a transfer due to 18 million euros, which was owed deferred payments. Therefore, making the player unable to move because they weren't willing to step up. So why, as the player's agent, I would be asking, why should we do you a favour and take a pay cut on a contract that we've already agreed, when in the summer you could have got rid of us with a smaller payment? I don't understand Barcelona's thinking behind the player doing them a favour, because being honest, if I was a player's agent, I'd be saying, don't do it. Don't do it. You had the opportunity to get rid of him, and you didn't take it.
We see the saga continues. I've been hearing there might be a potential loan to Manchester United with an option to buy. The United will take on his full wages and buy him in the summer, or they go in striking direct. So I can see this happening. I can see this on a hot meter being like a 60%, 50-60%.
Yeah, it's always been around 60%, hasn't it? But once again,
we know that United wants him. We know that Ten Hag wants him. So
yeah.
I don't want to talk more about him. So anyway, we see how it goes.
Now, bear in mind, that was 10 days ago that I had this postcard. So let's see how it goes. I had a conversation with somebody yesterday close to that deal, that there is a sort of interest from United and Barcelona. In matter of fact, there's two options that's been discussed. Yet again, I'm just reporting what I've been told, and that is that in January, a potential loan move with an obligation to buy in summer, or United will go in cash in for 75 million straight up for Frenkie de Jong in January. So let's see how that one is transpiring, and let's see what the mainstream media and the kind of blue ticks are picking up on it. But anyway, this is my report to you. This is my alternatives from the agency network side of it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What's your percentage chance of Frenkie joining United in January? I say it's about 60%. What do you think? Now, what everyone is wondering about is Jude Bellingham. What's going on with Jude Bellingham? There's, of course, been strongly links with him going to Liverpool. That's a plausible cause. But don't sleep on Jude Bellingham, because I've been told that Manchester United has not given up to sign Jude Bellingham in the summer. As a matter of fact, Erik ten Hag is a big admirer of Jude Bellingham. He's been following him for months, how he's performing at Borussia Dortmund in the national team. And there's a general belief that with the new ownership and the Sporting Merit project, that they can sort of kind of convince Jude to come. In terms of Liverpool and Enzo Fernandez, there's reports coming out that they had a pre-agreement with Benfica with Rui Costa, but Rui hasn't really confirmed that for Enzo Fernandez to join Liverpool in the summer. Now, I've been strongly getting this information. It's a strongly linked and it's yet to come out, but if they are in for Enzo Fernandez, where do they leave with Jude Bellingham? That means that Jude Bellingham might go to United or might go to another club, but this is definitely a target that could be a mouth-watering prospect. Imagine if we get both Bellingham and Frenkie de Jong. What a midfield, with Casemiro, of course. At least we will have options. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, also what I've been told in our conversation yesterday, that if Erik ten Hag doesn't land his midfield targets due to the budget or the FFP, he will most likely to utilize the youngsters such as Hannibal Iqbal and Charlie Savage. And for me, that is okay until we get by to the summer. At the end of the day, we have a target to reach in the top 4 and reach for the Champions League places. Alrighty then, the last and not least is the right back position. I have not heard much noise coming out from the United's camp, other than that the two loosely targets, which is Jeremy Frimpong, which is about 20 million euros, and Denzel Dumfries. But I've been told that Erik ten Hag's priority is to fix the strike position and the midfield and revisit the right back position potentially in the summer as the main target. A lot of noise coming out also, confirmation also from the United side, is that they wish to bring back Ethan Laird from Queen's Park Rangers, that's been doing quite well over there, to cover up from January up to summer, so Erik ten Hag can get his target as a potential. And that's pretty much it from the transfer side of it. I'll keep you updated as more information I go, but thank you. Let me know what you think. Put your comments in the links descriptions below. Let me know what you think. At the end of the day, I'm presenting you with alternatives, the news that I'm getting from the United side, from the agency side, but what's most important is the fan engagement. Now, football is coming back finally after the World Cup, and tomorrow we're actually playing Burnley in the Carabao Cup. Now, it's very unpredictable who is going to start this lineup, because we had a lot of players being out playing within the World Cup that's coming back. So for me, if I will be realistically honest, my predicted 11 will be De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, believe it or not, Lindelof, Maguire, Malacia, McTominay, Eriksen, Elanga, Van de Beek, Garnacho and Martial. I'm just playing it safe because, you know, maybe Rashford can come in, maybe Bruno come in, but I think that these players are exhausted after 4 weeks of intense football and probably need a rest, and that's probably the sensitive thing to do, because we do have the Premier League and the remaining of season to go. But I want your lineup and I want your score prediction. I will predict that United will beat them with 2-1 tomorrow. Listen, thanks for watching. As usual, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe on the link below. Hit that notification button so you never miss any content that comes out from MUC Realist TV or myself, and please share this, because we are building a community where everyone can be a Red fan, have a say. At the end of the day, we are realists, aren't we? Please, thank you, and signing up for now. Bye.